Hello, good morning. Inhale and exhale. Good morning. Hello. We're waking up this body. Now I'm seeing you come in. Hello. And up. And then just for a moment, take your hands here and drop a shoulder. I have a sense we should just touch those muscles. Get some blood flow. Go to the other side. Add a rotation. Breathe in. Now when you come center, do a little cat-cow, but with your hands on your thighs. So you're just flexing the spine. Inhale. Now one more. We're going to go all the way up. And when we go all the way up, we're going to interlace our fingers at the low back. We're going to place our feet together and lift up. Breathe in. And then exhale, relax. We're going to grab our dynaband or our elastic tubing. You're going to be standing on that band, one or two heels. This way you have equal tails. You're going to exhale and bend. Now this is biceps. That's it. There you go. Up. Oh, good. And 4. So biceps. That's it. 7. Knees soft. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15, 16, these are picking up muscles, 17, carrying muscles, 18, 19, 20. Now we're going to step off. You're doing great. We're going to put that band more behind our back. Let's do a little possible add-on. This is up to you. I'm going to be adding on a squat. If your knees aren't happy or something like that, then you just do what you need to. But if you can, got to grab this extra and push. So you have a couple things going on. You're pressing your elbows long. Your heels are heavy. So if you would like, go to 90-degree in the glutes, in the knees. Glutes down to your knee level, but just monitor your own. Now we're adding the breath. We're always breathing, but we're going to add a focused breath. Breathe in through your nose. And breathe out your nose. And that's just a good rule of thumb during the day. Unless you're in a really high heart rate zone, then you need to open that mouth. But let's do inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Now, when you're doing these squats, your toes are so light, you could lift them at any movement. Your knees track with your second toe. 3, 2, how about a bonus? On the 1, stay here and add a little pulse for 10 reps. And 5 more reps. Should be feeling like they're tired now. And then you're going to come back up. Let that go. Roll through your shoulders. And then let's take a stand on the band. Heel heavy. Now we're going to go out like the letter T. We're only going to do 15 on one side. So make it a tension that you feel like you'll get fatigued with 10 more reps. So here, shoulder, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're hitting 15. Do the best you can to find a weight, a tension that helps you feel fatigue in what you feel like 15 reps. And there's a little tone right here that keeps your ribs over your pelvis evenly. Yep, nice, Karen. Head back. Good. All right, we've got 5 more. Notice how you're practicing air in line with the shoulder. Posture. Good, we're going to take it to the front, guys. Stand on the other heel. With the other heel, stand on the band. Go forward, 2, and you want to feel this shoulder. And notice how tempting it is to rock back, but you don't want to. You want to stay upright. Good, abs. Wrists feel good. You want to make sure they feel good, even if you have to change your grip. All right, now 5 more, so we want to start feeling that warmth. We want to start feeling that it's working, you're getting fatigued in the shoulder. Other side, here we go, heels. All right, now this is going to be front raise. This is your shoulder, more anterior delt. A little bit of ab tone. Head back against an imaginary wall. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. 11. Body is square. 12, 13, 14, 15. Now we take a tricep, and this is going to be one hand back at the lower spine, one hand goes up. Now grab as much as you need and then pull your head back once you're there. So it's ear in line with the shoulder. Good. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now we're doing 20 on this one. 12. So you'd like to feel 13. Lengthen your elbow a little bit more if you can, Betty. There it is. I knew you could do it. 15, 16. So you want to feel your elbow along. 17, 18, 19. All right, now 20. It should feel like it was working. This hand comes up. This hand goes back, and it's okay. You may have to adjust it along the way. So you would like to feel like 20 reps is going to make you feel fatigue. And lengthen. 5. Yeah, so it's a little range of motion exercise. We're keeping our healthy joints. Now our breath. Inhale. 10 more. All the way long if you can. Head pulls back. It's comfortable. You want your neck comfortable. Jawline parallel to the floor is another way to look at that cue. So you're practicing your posture muscle training while you're here. 19. Now 20, I think it's a good time to grab a sip. Meet me back. And we're gonna, you're doing great. We're gonna have a seat. And I've got a couple bands with me. Try not to touch the hands to the floor or your legs. And we're on the ground doing some rowing. I've got a heavier band now. If you have a heavier band, that would be ideal. Walk your hands forward. If you don't, grab 2 bands, that's another trick, and use 2 bands. What you're doing is a row. Your exhale pulls your elbows past your ribs, and the other little benefit is it's getting us on the floor. Yeah, grab as much as you need. Yep, that was it, Catherine. So all you do is you walk your hands forward if you need more tension, and really try to pull both elbows back while maintaining the shoulder blades down the back and your spine upright. I'm going to add on a toe spread. So if you have the ability with your band to do that, spread out those toes. Good. Guys, let's do a little rotation. This is a way to also work one arm at a time. When you rotate, you're only pulling that same side arm. And we're going to flip our palm up, if that's okay with your wrist. So you're going to supinate as you rotate. Rotation, supination. And your rotation, see if you can match the flexibility of the right side and the left side. Sometimes one side's easier to rotate. See what that is for you. A lot of us have a right rotational pattern. But see if you can make each side equal. So I have to focus a little bit on the left side, for example. Your ribs stay the same height. You're not sinking into the hip, for example. 4, 3, pull 2, 1. Now we're going to let the bands go. If you have a heavier band, you're going to let that one go. You're going to take a rack posture. Lift your heart. So your heart's up. Your breath is full, your elbows are soft, and why don't we add our toe spread here so you can open up your feet, your toes are spreading. 5, they're so important. 4, 3, 2, and then 1. Grab a sip if you want, and if you have a medium band, grab it. If you don't, just grab the band you have. Wrap the band around your feet. Heel arch, that way it doesn't slip off and hit you. So cross it like an X. Now you're going to be holding on to the end of the tubing, or tubing, handle, or dynaband because you're external rotating. You can adjust after you do a couple, like that looks good, Polly. That looks good. Good, Betty. Good, Karen. That's it. So we're all figuring it out. So you feel like there's tension, but that you can do it. This is a smaller therapeutic exercise. Crown lifts. You want resistance on the back of the shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to uncross the band so it's no longer crossed. Take your band beside you and pull. Exhale as you pull and keep your tall spine. Good. Karen, your posture looks great. Everybody's looking good. Look at that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. We're going for 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then flip the hands. Here we go, biceps. Now the biceps, you could do all sorts of ways. So let's say you have osteoporosis. You're probably just gonna stay vertical and grab more band. If you're, say, hey, I can use my abs, why not get an ab crunch? And you don't have osteoporosis, you can come back. Just figure out what works for you. Yeah, the arm higher is a way to make it harder. The arm lower is the way to make it easier. So you can manipulate it. Almost done. I love it. Come back. Now get rid of that for a moment. And we're going to do a plank. Now I want you to do it either elbows or you can do it toes. So your choice. It's a core. Just touching that core every day keeps the weakness away. Here we go. You're in a forearm plank or a hand plank if you prefer. Doing great. 5. If you would like a little more oomph, do an isometric pull. Pull your forearms towards your toes towards your forearms. 3, 2, 1. Now rest your pelvis. We're going to do some back extensions. So let your fingertips kind of be like they're almost touching your temples. Your elbows are like triangles. Lift up your back. Lift up. Inhale. Back extension. So we're working the core for weight training. The back is the core as well. You're doing it great. Good, Polly. That's it. So this is the back muscles, and that's part of the core. So strong front side, strong back side. Now you're going to do one that you hold. So you could put your forearms on the floor like a sphinx, or you could put your hands on the floor like a swan. So find your place that you would like for 10. Your shoulders are down the back. Maybe it moves in. That was good. 8, 5, neck is soft. 4, 3, you might chin tuck, Karen, just a tiniest bit. I think just a little. Yeah, looks good. And then you're going to go back either a child's pose or you can do a down dog. Your choice of a stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then walk yourself back up to your hands. We're going to take a sip. Ideally, you stand up without using your hands, but just do the best you can. Grab a weight that you can do a hammer curl with, or like you're holding a screw. And you're going to bend. Now, exactly, there you go. If you were to not have a hand weights, you can use some jugs in the house or whatever you got, or you can go back to your dynaband. So the creative solutions, mostly you're trying to give some healthy stress to your bicep muscles, your forearm muscles here, brachioradialis, and the bones. We want some strong bones. All right, so your shoulders are open. That looks good. Your knees are long but soft. And do 4 more. 3, 2, Now, just leave the hand weights down there and just for fun, go up and down. So this is just an easy way to add on a little extra weight to your body. And then 3, 2, and then 1. And then up to you, but you're going to step. We're just going to take 10 of these for the legs. And if you need to do calf raises again, please do. You can act like you're picking up a suitcase or you're getting a wheelbarrow handle in each hand. Good. Chest forward. You've got a flashlight on your chest and you want your light to shine forward. Good. And now one more. Now we are going to lower these down, so I'm just going to move them out from my feet and take a finger interlace position here. Now a bonus, if you would like, is to put a foot up, and we're going to do a one-legged balance at the same time we open our shoulders. Balance is an important component of fitness and preventing falls. It strengthens this glute, which is important for back care. Now switch it up. You can pull it up. I'm going to use my hand. And then interlace and try to open your shoulders more if you can. So we've got a few things going on, good for neural programming. Breathe in. Hips should be level. Look how good that went. And then lower your feet. Good job. Grab a hand weight that lets you go out to the side. So probably somewhere between 3 and 7 pounds. Exhale out. And then probably just do the best you can. You might not yeah, exactly. You might just not lift your arm as much. Neck is soft. And Karen, it looks like you have one band available to you, so you're switching it up. I got it. I figured that out the first set. I just didn't say anything. I wanted to wait to see, but yeah, it's definite, right? All right, I got it. I got the nose. All right, 5, 4. Yep, there you go. 3, 2, 1. All right, lower those hand weights down. Grab a sip. Karen, that'll give you a chance to finish out. And let me tell you what we're doing on the next one. We're going overhead, so maybe slightly lighter. I'll say 3 to 7 again, somewhere in there. Take an inhale and up. Now, when you lift up, notice your lower back would get more arched if you weren't paying attention. That a girl. Good. That a girl. And probably another idea could be you put 2 hand weights in one hand. I don't know if that works, but it's, you know, it's just an idea. Yeah, just see. Or maybe you do it for part of the set. Yeah, yeah, I like it. I like that arm up. Okay, we're figuring things out today as a class. That's it. And 4, 3, we're on the final 2. 2, 1. Now we're going to lower that down. You're doing great. And grab a sip if you would like. And we're just going to do a knocking on the door of life. We will be taking a front raise, which is a lighter weight, so 3 to 6 pounds. And then bring it to the front. Again, you could use dynaband if you ever needed something. You can pick up anything you have, something you have in the cupboard. So there's always ways to kind of work it. There you go. Sometimes it depends on what weight you have. That's good. Or if you need to, you can lower your arm a little less than the other one. That's a good modification. There you go. All right, last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, lower that down for just a moment. And if you can take interlaced position behind you, so interlaced or this fingers touching, cow face. Again, if you can take a tree pose, it'll be 2 things, 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, switch it up. You're doing great. So glute medius, your hips are level. You're practicing balance. You feel your foot and your ankle kind of twitching in your favor, like they're figuring out how to balance. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. I'd like to do a tricep one. So it looks like this, either one heavier weight, like let's say you have a 10 or a 12, or 2 small hand weights. Make sure it's okay for your shoulders, whatever you're doing. And so if you have 1 weight, you put your hands in the skinny part of the weight. If you have 2, you'll have 1 in each. So for example, 2 5s or 1 12 or 1 10. Those would just be examples. Yeah. Now we're going to just check our jaw, relax the jaw. We're going to check our eyes, relax the forehead and eyes. The mouth might even separate. Last 5, last 4, last 3, last 2, last 1. Now carefully bring it down, and if you can, go to the floor. We're going to do a push-up, but I'm sorry, your option is a push-up, or you're doing a chest press. So you can choose whatever you need. In other words, you could do wall push-ups, like Polly, you might like that. Not sure, just see what works. Or you grab your hand weights, come down, and then push up. Heavier weight here, 5 to 12 pounds, if you can. Yeah. And you just work with what you have. If you have smaller weights, then you could do more reps. It is good to stimulate that strength though, and it's good to have a heavier weight to stimulate the bones, but anything, moving is more important. All right, so your feet are on the ground because it helps your ribs stay down. We're just going to do 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now relax the hand weights to the side. Take a full body stretch. Inhale. And if you can, you're either going to take push-ups or you're going to do a fly, which is a wider weight. So please find what works for you. It's kind of like you have a tree in front of you and you open up and you hug that tree. But again, if it's a little heavy with the weight you had, you might just drop a little bit. So maybe 4 pounds to 7 pounds, somewhere in there. And Catherine, if your back's comfortable, you can do that. And if you need a little more support in your head or your neck, you could just put your feet on the floor as an extra safety measure. Yeah, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, inhale, exhale, 1, let that down, and then you're going to be coming up. So let your hands help you. Take an open arm position. I call letter T, rotate. And I know we're boogieing this morning. We're getting it done in 30 minutes. You're doing great. Go with an inhale and open. We're busting all the myths that you have to have an hour every time. You know, anything's better than nothing. We love it. Mixing it up. Now this is a stretch that's also good for the posture and the shoulders and the back. So, and the breathing, which is energy. So when you breathe in, try to send it to this lung. 1 lung breathing. Lengthen that elbow, have fun. And good, I love it. And then come other side. So I am showing the hand across to the knee, but you may find it's more comfortable for you to put your hand on the floor. So just find what helps you get into that stretch. Breathe. I like the little wiggling too. That looks great. Good, Betty. 5. Yeah, hand movements. Especially been using your hands lately. 3, 2. Poor hands. They just do so much for us. We should give them some good attention. Exhale, and then take 1 rack posture. So go up, up, and lift. 5. Ooh, feels good. 4, 3, 2. Inhale, And then exhale. Now I do want to give a couple of calisthenics, but as always, you can do a different exercise if you want. Push-ups on the wall, push-ups on all fours, push-ups on the knees, push-ups on the toes. If that doesn't work for you, do the chest presses that we did earlier, or take the band behind you and do that. So think 10 to 15, and I want you to regulate. When do you start feeling like when is it working for you? Good. And you can always change the way you're doing it. So let's say you start on your toes, then you could finish out on your knees. Awesome, that was perfect. Then you could finish out on the hands and knees like all fours, or you could go to the wall. 5, today is creative day, figuring out how to make the things work. 2, now we did work our wrist just now, and you're gonna put if you would like a stretch to go along, you're gonna pull those fingers under. Good job. So we've done a little calisthenics. We're going to mix that up. Forward. One prayer pose. So I'm going to take hands together. Lower, lower, lower. Somewhere in here where your hands separate. And while we're stretching, I'm going to tell you about the next one. We're going to do either tricep dips with your hands behind you. It's a calisthenic. If you have a chair, you can also do them on a chair where you put your booty on the chair and you bend. Or you could do tricep push-ups where your elbows are in very close. So when you're ready, find one of those triceps. Now I'm going to do 15. So let's say you're in reverse table, you bend your elbows and then you straighten. Oh, good, Michelle. I'm so glad you tried it. You could get your booty a little closer to that piece of furniture, and yeah, just make sure that should feel better on your shoulder. Yeah, just give it a whirl. I'll move a piece of furniture in here next time so that I can show that. Everyone looks so good. All right, 5, 4, I was congratulating and not counting. 3, 2, and 1. Come back when you're ready. Let's do another hand stretch. So grab yourself a interlace finger position. Yeah, we're going to do it all, Polly. And now you're massaging, and I know you know we're going to do that one. Pull your palms under. Pull your fingers under. Take this hand, pull down. Yep. Take this hand, pull down. And if you have a dynaband handy, grab it. I want to use it for up Y stretch. One of my favorites with the dynaband. I probably like this. I mean, I like all the exercises, but as far as the dynabands, my favorite thing with it is probably this. And then you can look at how great a stretch, and then back a bit. Like what you're doing is finding angles that you need. Now inhale, let that down, and notice how you feel. Doesn't it feel easier to stay upright? So now you have this great upright, open posture for the rest of the day. Take a moment. It's Friday. We're going to embrace the fact that we have done great today. We have started this day off and give nourishment to ourselves and everybody around us the rest of the day. You guys are doing great. Thank you so much for joining me.